Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday celebration meditation. The celebration will start at 10:30. I invite you to just settle in with me as I breathe in gently and slowly and just release all that has come before this moment. I tune into the music. I tune into this moment. And just allow your body to relax. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Allow your forehead to relax as you breathe. Allow your eyes and your jaw all the way down through your neck and your shoulders to just simply relax. And as you breathe and allow your calmness to deepen, allow your body to relax head to toe, all the way down through your chest, down to your abdomen and your hips, all the way down through the very bottoms of your feet. And allow wherever you're sitting to just simply support you so that you can simply be. And breathing in and breathing out into this space, into this place of grace. Just trust that you are right where you need to be. Allow energy to pour in through your heart as you continue to breathe. And allow the music to take you inward, knowing that I will mind the time. Breathing in slowly and gently, and breathing out. Know that there are infinite possibilities in this very moment and in every moment. And as you deepen your breaths here and become aware of your surroundings, of your body supported wherever you sit, of those around you, as you deepen your breath and come back to this present moment, I invite you, when you're ready, to open your eyes. Knowing that all is well. Namaste.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you.
I recognize the God in you.
I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love, we come together.
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 In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too.
I love you and I love you too.
I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
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 In the name of love. Every walk of life.
Every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
Kinship we unite.
In kinship we unite.
In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
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 In the name of love. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We
We come together.
We come together.
In the name of love.
I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
I know that.
I know that.
Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. When I'm down, turn to you.
Turn to you.
When I'm down, pull me through.
Pull me through.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I surrender.
I surrender.
Every little thing.
Every little thing.
I surrender.
I surrender.
Hear me sing.
Hear me sing.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this this love. I'm worthy of this love.
Woo! Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Ahava is the Hebrew name for love, the Hebrew word for love, and we gather together each Sunday knowing that love is always the answer. I am practitioner Cynthia Chinquina, and I will be with you today as our co-spiritual directors and ministers, Reverend Sunny and Reverend Rainbow, are taking this day off. So we send them much love. So if you are joining us for the first time, please say hello in the chat and let us know where you're turning in from. And make sure you hit the like and the subscription button as well, so you can continue to follow us. And if you are in the room, we encourage you to take out your phones, take pictures, take some snapshots or some inspiration pictures, and share them with your friends on social media. We are a conscious community committed to curiosity, so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are open and affirming community, so that whoever you are and wherever you are on your path of spiritual discovery, you are welcome here. So I invite you to take a moment and turn to someone close to you with your hands over your heart and tell them, thank you for being a reflection of me. Yes, yes. And we have a vision together, right? Let's go ahead and say that together. We are an inclusive community committed to global transformation through personal evolution. And our purpose is to wake up, step up, and make a difference. And we have an affirmation today. Let's repeat that together as well. Life is all I am, and all I am is life. So if you are a guest joining us for the first time, we especially welcome you. Please know that your presence makes a difference. We would love for you to raise your hand or stand so that we may give you a special gift today. Is there anyone here for the first time this morning? No? Well, thank you all for being here this morning. So we are so grateful for the many people who give each week of their time, talent, and treasure. I would like to thank those volunteers who serve in order to create this sacred place. And if you are looking for a way to get more involved, please let any of the circle leaders know, and we would love to get you plugged in. Being a service is just a wonderful way to get connected with others. And we have some Ahava happenings. On Wednesday night, our prayer and meditation is on break for a little bit, and we will resume back on January 12th. Next Sunday, January 2nd, you do not want to miss next week. Next week is going to be our burning bowl ceremony, and it's going to be followed by a visioning workshop. So that is really something that you'd like to attend. It will help you to release something that may no longer be serving you and to be able to start the new year anew. Our annual meeting is going to be in 2 weeks on January 9th after service. So mark your calendars for that as well. And we have a new prosperity study group. It's meeting on the first Monday starting January 3rd at 6:30 via Zoom. And they are going to be studying the money keys. So if that is something that you're interested in, please sign up for that. And we have a brand new foundations class that we are very, very proud of. And our very own Louise Talon has actually wrote the curriculum for this, and it is called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And this class will be starting on Thursdays, January 6th through February 17th via Zoom. And let's take a moment to acknowledge our band, huh? What a lovely band that we have. Joe Chinquina as our music director. Lauren Dechtenberg on keys and doing our reading today. John Dittert on drums. And our vocalist today is our very own Justin Norris. And making us all sound good is Jeff back on our sound. Thank you, Jeff. So let's just begin by opening our hearts as we move into our centering song and prayer, as our practitioner, Kim D'Amato, will be doing our opening prayer this morning.
In this place, my soul is free from the light within. I see all the joy, all the peace. Carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. In this place, love abides. Holy light, surrender me. All the joy, all the peace. Carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
Feeling all the love and all the joy as I breathe into this space, in this sacred place right here, right now, and know that this is where God lives, right here in this very moment. And I know this thing that I call God as joy and abundance, as freedom and light and wholeness. And as this is the truth of the one, I know that it must be the truth of me, and it must be the truth of every beloved here in this room and within earshot of this prayer. I know this truth for each of us, and I feel it pour through my heart, and I know that it is moving through each and every heart out into our beloved community, out into our city, out into our state, out into the world. As we move gently toward the new year, I know that we are blessed by sharing this time with each other. And I bless each and every heart and hand that came together to make this service possible. Each and every volunteer, those that make our sound and our video run smoothly, our talented musicians. I bless our practitioners, holding space for our community. I bless our beloved ministers who are taking a much-needed break today. And I bless our speaker today, Cynthia Cinquina, knowing that all that needs to be said will be said, and all that needs to be heard will be heard. I simply let this prayer be with a grateful heart, saying, and so it is, amen.
All the joy, all the peace. Carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. This week's reading is
entitled The Risk to Bloom. It's from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. And it begins with a quote by Anais Nin. "And then the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk to bloom." And Mark Nepo says, "We all face this turning point repeatedly, when resisting the flow of inner events suddenly feels more hurtful than leaping toward the unknown. Yet no one can tell us when to leap. There is no authority to bless our need to enter life, but the God within. How often we thwart ourselves by holding tenaciously to what is familiar. It is instructing, if chilling, that in floral shops, the roses that won't open are called bullets. They are discarded because they will never bloom. They have turned in on themselves so tightly that they can never release their fragrance. Yet as spirits in bodily form, we have the chance to tighten and bloom more than once. But even spirits, if turned in on themselves enough, may grow accustomed to being closed. Unlike roses, however, the human chamber can be shut down for years, and still it takes but one breath from the true center, and we will flower. It has always amazed and humbled me how the risk to bloom can seem so insurmountable beforehand, and so inevitably freeing once the threshold of suffering is crossed. I have a friend in recovery, and when asked what made him stop drinking, he says, quote, "The pain of drinking became greater than the pain of not drinking," end quote. The same can be said for us all. We can flower in an instant, as soon as the pain of not flowering and not loving become greater than our fear.
Another morning, cold and gray, and above the clouds it's a sunny day. Cabin fever's had its way for way too long. A winter wasted in my bed and covers pulled over my head. Try my damnedest to forget a love that's dead and gone, but I'm ready to get on the bright side. I'm ready to walk on the light side again. Put my blue jeans on, play my favorite song, take a deep breath and wash away the dawn of a new day. Brave this world in style, even flash my smile, thinking I'm gonna be okay. It's the dawn of a new day. Dawn of a new day. A broken heart can take your fight, and you know how to break mine right. But every burn can lose its bite with a little time to heal. It don't feel good to hit the ground, but you laugh and buy another round. This old ball ain't slowing down, no matter how you feel. But I'm ready to walk on the light side. I'm ready to get on the bright side again. Put my blue jeans on, play my favorite song, take a deep breath and wash away the dawn of a new day. brave this world in style, even flash my smile, knowing I'm gonna be okay. The dawn of a new day, yeah. Dawn of a new day, yeah. I may dream being in your arms again, and I don't think I'll soon forget your kiss. Getting stuck inside this maze of might have been. No, life's too short to carry on like this. Put my blue jeans on, play my favorite song, take a deep breath and wash away the dawn of a new day. Brave this world in style, even flash my smile, thinking I'm gonna be okay. Dawn of a new day, yeah, yeah. It's the dawn of a new day, yeah, yeah. It's the dawn of a new day, yeah. Dawn of a new day, yeah, yeah. Dawn of a new day.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Justin, and to the band for sharing your gifts and talents and treasures with us, touching us deeply in the heart. And as you have noticed, I have the candles lit. If you missed it on Tuesday night, we did the honoring of many paths. And it is recorded on YouTube, so I invite you to go back to that and watch that. It was very heartfelt and touching, and it was just a magnificent program that you all put on, so thank you. So today we are continuing with our December theme, Journey of Becoming. We started the month with Reverend Rainbow talking about surrender is action. It is an ongoing practice in our lives that we are consciously letting go of trying to change and control the things in our lives, and instead moving towards acceptance. Then the next week, Reverend Sunny talked about the joy of becoming. Through surrender, we clear the resistance and prepare ourselves to be open to more joy, knowing that our being is a necessary part of the unfolding of the divine. There's no rush. There's no need to control or to manipulate. You are already connected in, as, and through Spirit, so that you can rest in that knowingness. And then last week, Reverend Rainbow talked about the topic of the gift of a new journey. That our past does not have to dictate our future, because spiritual principle is not bound by precedent. It is unbound. We have the power within us to change any given situation in our lives as we shift our awareness and be open to new perspectives. We can evaluate what no longer serves us and let it go and be open to receive the gifts of this new year coming up and in this now moment. So for the last 3 weeks, we have been discussing this journey of becoming. Why do we want to become anything? Becoming is a process, not a destination. We are always becoming. That divine urge to grow and to get out of our comfort zone is what's that little voice inside us is speaking to us. And as the saying goes, Life begins at the edge of our comfort zone. We have the choice to follow that urge within us, or we can ignore it. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our Science of Mind teachings, says we can sit in the shade or move into the sunshine. Getting out of our comfort zone can be like waking up from a deep sleep and venturing out into the morning light. So that leads us to this week's topic, the light of a new dawn. Rumi says, there's a morning inside you waiting to be burst open with light. So this topic is going to have two parts today. First, I'm going to talk about my process of becoming, and I'm going to share with you how that process has manifested in my own life. And then the second part will be how we can all contribute to our Centers for Spiritual Living global vision, which is a world that works for everyone. So 12 years ago, I would have never believed I'd be standing here in front of you today. And a lot has happened in the last 12 years. I have grown tremendously. Before I attended Ahava, I was blinded by my childhood beliefs and bound to my life experiences. I didn't know how to let it go. No matter how much I tried to ignore it, to push it in the past, to run away from it, it was always there. Even though I tried to be a positive person on the outside, I was so miserable within, and I didn't know what to do about it. Dr. Ernest Holmes says we have thought that outside things controlled us, when all the time we have had that which could have changed everything and had given us freedom from bondage. There is no power in the universe but ourselves that can free us. So all this time, I had the power all along. So I married a man that attended a religious science center in Florida a few years ago. He was really looking forward to Reverend Sonny coming into town and asked me if I would attend Ahava with him. And I said yes, with hesitancy. So after the first visit, I still wasn't sure if this was what was right for me. But I kept feeling this magnetic pull of my soul to keep going back. And I did. I listened to that, and I kept going back. With a deep desire to change my life for the better, I started taking a class, and then another, and then another, and then another. And before I knew it, I had taken all the classes that I needed to be for all the I had taken all the classes and the prerequisites that were needed to sign up for practitioner training. So with a deep desire to change my life for the better, this is what I did. I came into Ahava with so many questions. Who am I? What's life all about? How do I make my life work for me? Ahava introduced me to a science and philosophy of life that actually felt right and made sense to me. My perspectives changed as I began to look at my life differently. I questioned my beliefs and I let go of some that no longer served me. For example, my childhood beliefs about a judgmental, revengeful God who is sitting on a throne up in the sky and happened to be a male were totally destroyed. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. Some of those old beliefs were so deeply ingrained and still resurface from time to time. So as I said before long, I had completed those prerequisites and to start practitioner training. And honestly, at that time, I didn't believe I was good enough to be a practitioner. Yet others knew differently. They saw the potential in me that I could not see for myself. They believed in me when I could not believe in myself. Deep down, I knew this was something I needed to do and that it would help me heal. So it was time to take another leap of faith, and I signed up for it. And boy, was I ever out of my comfort zone. 3 years later, I started ministerial training. Most of my classes were challenging, and some more difficult than others. Each class took me deeper and deeper and challenged one belief after another. Philosophy, paradigms of consciousness, world religions were really challenging for me and made me question my ability to complete the program. I felt like I was being pulled apart and then put back together again. I was being opened up to every thought and belief and experience that has happened, and I laid it out on the table to examine it. What's working for me now and what is not? I had to decide that. So some things changed and others didn't. And we put all that stuff back inside me, and here I am. New ideas and beliefs replaced the old. But even in the excitement of change, this was not always a comfortable process to go through. My mind wanted to keep wanted to keep flipping back to what was familiar and comfortable. Change takes time. Sometimes I felt like I was taking one step forward and 2 steps back. In times like these, I reached out to my mentor and to practitioners for prayer and guidance and support. And I was reminded of how far I have come. I did my spiritual practices and hung positive affirmations all over my room to remind me of the truth of who I am. And I hit the restart button so many times throughout this process. By taking these steps, I persevered to the end. My oral panels are at the end of February, and once I pass my oral panels, I will become a licensed Centers for Spiritual Living minister. And I breathe. So I know what it's like to walk through that darkness. I know what it's like to keep going. I know what it's like to reach out and ask for help. And I know what it's like to not give up. And I didn't have to do it alone. Many of you have been with me through my journey throughout this whole time. And I couldn't have done it without you. You see, we're all in this together. Many times people would walk up to me and say, "Cynthia, I prayed for you every day this week." Or "I've been praying for you," and I'd say, "Keep praying." I need every prayer I can get. And that's what helped me get through. You cannot imagine what that meant to me to hear those words when I was going through some of the most challenging times in my life. Throughout the ministerial school, I was asked, why did I want to become a minister? Yes, I felt the call to do so, and I was following that call. But really, I did it for myself. I did it to have greater awareness of my spiritual magnificence, so I can use that creative power within me to create a life of my dreams. In order to help others and create a world that works for all, I have to take care of myself first. I allow myself to be guided by my higher wisdom self and embrace the truth of who I am. Every day I'm consciously creating my life. Every day I joyfully let my light shine for all the world to see. Every step is like the light of a new dawn. I am so excited to share my gifts, talents, and treasures with the world. So I urge you to follow yourself. I urge you to allow yourself to be guided by your higher wisdom self and to listen to that voice within. Sometimes that voice may sound like a whisper, and other times it's a shout. Consider what happens when you don't listen to it. Does it come back and nag you? Is your life all that you want it to be? Or is there something you want to accomplish? Do you want to remain where you are now? Or is there something else that keeps calling you from deep within your soul? Imagine how your life would be different if you followed that urge and it led you to a place where the view is so much different. Picture all the old stuff being cleared out and picture yourself seeing with new eyes. Imagine being free from all of the I can'ts that held you back. What does that look like? What's different about that picture? And how does that new picture make you feel? When we experience spiritual growth, our actions create a ripple effect that goes out into the world. Every Sunday, we recite our vision. We are an inclusive community committed to global transformation through personal evolution. And that's exactly what it is. It's a personal evolution. It's something that you get to do on your own. Teachers open the door for us, but it's up to us to walk through that door. Because nobody can experience that but you. Nobody can tell you what it's going to be like as you go through that process. And it's a long process, and it can be a hard and challenging process. But I encourage you not to give up and hit that restart button when you need to. And we also enthusiastically support our CSL vision for a world that works for all. But this world is an outgrowth that comes from a spiritual process of each individual. So how do we contribute to it? We start by recognizing that we are the unique, divine, perfect, unrepeatable expressions of God. But recognizing it is not enough. We need to embrace it and we need to act like it. As you live from this consciousness, you manifest joyous possibilities and unified conditions into existence. As we grow spiritually, we become better at manifesting and creating our future, yes? In creating our future, we also become the ancestors of the generations of those that will follow. How you treat yourself and speak to others speaks volumes as to the way that you're going to be remembered. Will you be the ancestor spoken as blazing the trail for growth? What will they say about you? Reverend Rainbow reminded us that principle is not bound by precedent and that the past does not have to be our present. The only purpose for the past serves to remind us what not to do. The first time it's a mistake, the second time it's a decision. And we may continue to make that decision over and over again until it changes, until we gain a new perspective. We can learn from our mistakes and make better decisions. And in doing so, our mistakes become our blessings. Think about how you talk to yourself. Do you ever tell yourself that you're stupid, you're unworthy, you're unlovable, unattractive, or poor? Where does that get you? The words we use are powerful. We can only hold on to one thought at a time, and by changing our thoughts, we change our results. So for the next week, monitor your self-talk. Every time you catch yourself saying something negative, replace it with a positive comment. But there's a catch. Do you really believe what you're proclaiming? Do you really believe that you are an expression of spirit individual, like no one else? Do you really believe that Spirit wants you to be the best you possible? If you really do, then I say it again. Act like it. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Think about the gifts you have. And what do you bring to the table? How do you use those gifts to be of service? We can be spiritual activists, channeling our energies and actions with love into the cause that we feel passionate about. When each of us does that, we move closer and closer to a world that works for all. So how do we help ourselves in the process of becoming so that we can contribute to the world? First, you can join us next Sunday, as I mentioned earlier, and take part in our burning bowl ceremony. Release that which is no longer serving you to open your life up to more joy, more happiness. Open yourself up to create the life of your dreams. Next, I encourage you to take classes and do your spiritual practices. You can meditate, pray without ceasing every day, and vision. And if you're not sure what visioning is, next Sunday after service, Reverend Rainbow is going to be doing a visioning workshop, and you'll be able to learn more about it, experience that, and also make your own vision board for the year 2022. Next, you can open yourself up to the divine, that voice within you that speaks to you, whatever it may be, and follow where it leads, wherever it may go. It's not about comparing your life to anyone else's. Be your authentic self. If you want to run away and join the circus, run away and join the circus. If you want to publish a book, submit your work to a publisher. If you want to change jobs, do it. Do what makes you happy and brings you joy. Remember, you can hit the restart button as often as you need and know that everything is in divine order. It's in God's time. So this week I invite you to go within and ask yourself, what is seeking to be expressed through me in this upcoming year? Who am I becoming? And what is mine to do to create a world that works for everyone? And what does the best version of yourself look like? Let's go into prayer. So I just take this moment to go within, knowing that there is only one infinite source, so many endless possibilities. This infinite source that I know as God, as Spirit, as the one power, the one presence that speaks to me. And I know that each person here is that magnificent expression of God. That what each person is seeking them. That there are flowers, there are buds within each of us that are just waiting to be burst open and to let our fragrance be known. That every day, every minute of every day, we have a choice. That we can open ourselves up to the divine intelligence, to surrender all of those old thoughts, those beliefs that never got us anywhere. That we can now put our focus on what we want in our life. That we can manifest more joy in our lives. That we can use our time, our talents, and our treasures to create this world that works for all. For I know this divine urge lives in each of us. And all that we need to be is to be open. Be open and learn how to surrender. Learn how to surrender and let it all go. Knowing that beneath all of this is more happiness, more love, more peace, more joy, more harmony. That it's already there within each of us, waiting to be expressed. And I am so grateful to know this truth of each of us as we end this year, 2021, and step into a new dawn of the year 2022. That we create our lives and that we don't do it on our own. That there are so many around us there to hold our hands, to help us, to guide us along the way. So I'm grateful to know these truths as I release this prayer out into the law, knowing that it is already done, as I allow it to be by saying, and so it is. So now we are going to move into our conscious giving, knowing that as we give, we also receive. So we are going to pass the basket here in the physical room. And if you are online, there are several ways that you can give. You can go to our website and click the Give tag, or you can text GIVE to 859-209-6996. Or you can mail in your gifts, your offerings, your donations to Ahava Center for Spiritual Living, 168 Burt Road, Lexington, Kentucky, 40503. So I invite you to place your gift, your tithe, your offering over your heart as you repeat after me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have,
Blesses and multiplies all that I have,
all that I give,
all that I give,
and all that I receive.
and all that I receive.
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava,
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava,
knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
knowing that it returns to me multiplied quite abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful.
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 Grateful.
I'm so 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 grateful.
Grateful. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Today is a perfect day for you to fall in love with me. And I'll be the one to say it, you and I were meant to be. If only I could make you notice. If only I could make you see. The sun would shine a little brighter, baby, just to have you singing with me. So la la, I just sing a little la la la. This is gonna be the best day ever, best day ever, best day ever. You're so fine, I can't wait to make you mine, oh mine. This is gonna be the best day ever, best day ever, best day ever. Best day ever, best day ever, best day ever, best day ever. This is the moment I've been waiting for oh so long. Got your attention, baby, now I wanna be your song. If only I had my piano, if only I could find the key. It's not that I'm a Pollyanna, I just want you singing with me, na na na. I just sing a little la la la. This is gonna be the best day ever, best day ever, best day ever. Oh, you're so fine, I can't wait to make you mine, oh mine. This is gonna be the best day ever, best day ever, best day ever. Best day ever, 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 best day ever. If only I could make you notice. If only I could make you see. There's not that I'm a Pollyanna, I just want you singing with me. So, oh, la la, I can't wait to make you mine, oh mine. This is gonna be the best day ever, best day ever, best day ever. You're so fine, I can't wait to make you mine, oh mine. This is gonna be the best day ever, best day ever, best day ever. Best day ever, best day ever, best day ever, the best day ever, best day ever, the best day ever. We love you. You're a shining star, wonderful, just the way you are. We celebrate your sacred space. We love you just the way you are. We love you just the way you are. We do.
And we have our beloved youth here this morning. Good morning, good morning. Do you have an affirmation for us?
Yes. I am light.
I am light. Wow, let's say that together. I am light.
And Libby's going to tell you what we did today.
And what did you do today, Libby? You're going to share?
We learned about Kwanzaa.
Oh, they learned about Kwanzaa. Today is Kwanzaa for those that celebrate Kwanzaa. Wonderful.
Days she wants to tell you, yeah.
Go ahead.
Remember how many days?
7,
And what color candles did they use?
red, black, and green.
And what do they represent? The black one is what?
The color of their skin.
And the red is the struggle.
And green's for abundance.
Wow. How wonderful that we're able to teach our youth about this, right? Thank you so much for sharing. What a great morning for our youth. So just a reminder that practitioners are available to pray with you. All that you need to do, you can submit a request online, or as you go out through the door over in the community room, you can also put a request in the prayer box. And our practitioner on duty today, Kim D'Amato, will be praying over your request every day this week. So reach out and put a prayer in there. And if you were unable to make it to the candlelight service, and there are cards in the back, if you would like to write yourself a letter to your future self and leave it in the basket, and we will mail it to you a year later. So if you need one of those, please see me and I'll get one for you. And then don't forget our Burning Bowl service next week, followed by our visioning workshop. So you want to bring a friend. It's like one of the best services ever, and I really look forward to that every year. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and stand, and we will do our benediction. And you can repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my journey of becoming.
Life is in my journey of becoming.
And life is in my affairs.
And life is in my affairs.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I share it.
And I share it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
And just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me live 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 in a holy, holy way.
to thank everyone for coming out today and joining us online. Don't forget, next weekend we have the Burning Bowl ceremony. So join us for that and bring a friend. And if you're going to do your spiritual practices and pray while you're driving, please do it with your eyes open.